James, can you take me back to launching Atlantis and the first day that you met Andy and getting involved in this thing? You know, we had 7 seasons of a previous show. Did you have any idea what kind of train you were getting on?
What kind of train? It's a fast train. It's
Yeah.
a bullet train. It's like a Japanese speed train. Let me tell you. And when you're in it, it's just like what? And then when you're outside of it, you're like, oh, that's
Uh-huh.
what it was. But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, seeing Andy for the first time, it was kind of a relief. I was like, oh, another species like me. It's
Yeah.
great to have someone else who understands what it's all about. You know, being green and all the rest of it. It's yeah, it was kind of like obviously Andy is so warm and nice and
Oh,
kind, and so all those things just glowed through that very interesting latex. So. And that's the whole thing, right? Is like when you're on set and you look like that, and people just like they don't know you from Adam. Some
No.
people like I actually went. I remember going after set one time when I finished early, which was not usual, and I went and said hi to the first AD, who I talked with and communicated with daily on numerous episodes, and he's like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "I'm James. I play the Wraith." And he's like, "Oh my God." First time he's ever seen me out of makeup, and this is like going into like season 2, and so it's
The makeup's that good.
yeah, it was that good. We had an amazing makeup department, and then just like being there early and then being there late, so that sometimes you just wouldn't see people out of makeup.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Andy?
well, I was telling that story. I was telling that I've told you before, David, this story about no one had seen me because when they shot the female wraiths, I was the first one on set, and then would just shoot me out. So I was the first one on, and last one to leave. And so the people hadn't seen me the entire first season. And so for the wrap party, you're laughing because you remember this. So the wrap party at that time, there was also these fashion shows. I was doing the fashion shows in Vancouver. And then I ran across to the Bridges. That was the restaurant they were having the wrap party. And I came running in all like, big hair, big makeup. And I was like, hey, everybody. And they were like, who is this party crasher? Like, she's coming in. And I was like, so I was passing on the stairs and I passed Beverly, who was the mic, like she did mics, right? So she passes right by me and I was like, hi, Beverly. And she just kind of blew me off. And then I was like, oh, I see how it is. 2 days ago, you had your hands down my pants and now you won't look me in the eye. And everybody started laughing. They were like, who is this woman? I was like, I'm the Wraith. And it was hilarious. Like, so first season, no one had ever seen me out of makeup, but and I would forget what they were looking at. Like, I'm looking at them.
It's
and
so
talking
comfortable you're in it,
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I've told you this story before, sitting across from Tori, giving her like tofu recipes with those cat eyes, one going, and a wrangler coming in and putting my eyeballs straight. And I'm like, yeah, and then you fry it, like forgetting what she's looking at,
James.
So yes, whenever I got to work with James was awesome because it was like, yay, someone that looks like me has an entourage of people, has glued bits falling off you constantly. Like, it was nice.
Like a science experiment.
Yeah, like at least you were like, oh, phew, someone else has got a team of people that have to put them together every second, So yeah, I loved working with you. And of course, you're hilarious. So the days flew by as we had so much fun on set. So
yeah, the days went quicker when we were together for sure. Yeah.
James, were the contact lenses, were they just a pain in the ass?
I mean, I was in the position sometimes where they would get stuck to my eye by the end of the day. Like they had to like come in with like some butter, some like all some like WD-40, like whatever they could find, and basically unglue it from my eyes. There was one day in particular I was like, oh shit, is it gonna come off like at all? And my vision was blurry like afterwards.
Yeah.
Is this permanent? What's going on? So I mean, like it got improved in the next 24 hours, but yeah, I was worried there for a second. But yeah, it's a thing. It's like you can't really go out in public the next day because of like the way that it kind of makes your skin all blotchy and red and stuff. But you know what? It's all fun and games. I enjoy it. It's all worth it. You know, it's like, especially when it would go into overtime and you get that extra paycheck, which is great.
But yeah, I was driving at the time, and then I came out with those because I also wear contact lenses. So I had 4 lenses in my eyes. So I had
didn't know
my
you could do that.
seeing. Yeah, so I had my seeing eyes, and then I had those on top.
Oh, you put those on.
4. Yeah, so the cat eyes were on top of my actual eyes so I could see. And so when they took them out, I had that tunnel, and so I couldn't drive. So I had to start getting driven from set because I couldn't see at the end of the day. Like you said, the muscles then relax. Takes about, I'd say maybe like 12 hours or so for it to start. But it was clear vision here and around, you couldn't see properly. Yeah, it was very interesting. But again, as James said, you create this incredible, when you see it all put together, it's just such an incredible thing to have created, you know? I look at them now, I look at the Wraith and just think, wow, that was so incredible. When you're in it, when you're in it, you're just feeling all the things, you know? I always had weird, I don't know, pokey bits. And remember those gloves?
Yeah.
Oh, those were so gross.
And all the little finger, kind of like fingernail attachments and stuff.
Yes. And second season was my fave because then they got rid of the gloves and they just glued those finger attachments to our fingers. And but the first season we had those gloves that you had to your hand in, and there was the things at the end. You're always trying to get.
Oh yeah, no, you know what? I don't know if I've actually did do the gloves. I think they had the gloves too.
Yeah,
mine were painted and then had the fingernails plus the extra little kind of almost finger
nubs,
so to speak.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I had gloves. That one where I get Patrick's. Remember in the very beginning, Robert Patrick. Yeah, and I lift up that's a glove, and it was because they wanted the really extended fingers and everything, and let me just tell you, it just felt wrong in all sorts of ways.
Thanks for watching this clip from Dial the Gate. You can find the full live stream shows on our YouTube channel or visit dialthegate.com for the complete schedule. See you on the other side.